So I want you to try a little exercise. Imagine you walk into a room and there's an 8 or 9-year-old version of you crying on the bed. And you have an opportunity to talk to this younger version of you. You could comfort them, you could tell them it's okay. What would you do? Because a narcissist like myself, we would see younger us and tell them to suck it up. We hate who we used to be as kids. We look at them as weak and ineffectual and as unlovable, and why we had to remake ourselves into this persona that we have to project onto everybody else just to maintain any sense of cohesion. I think back on younger me, and all I can think of is how ugly and stupid and weird he was constantly. It's the only thoughts that come to mind. Some of us have a joke in our communities where us narcissists say that we don't have an inner child, we have a dead one.
So I've actually done an exercise similar to that in psychotherapy. And of course, if you're new here, I'm a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. And so does the guy in the beginning, Jacob, the nameless narcissist. So in therapy, my therapist had me close my eyes and go back to my earliest memory in my childhood, because I don't have a lot of memories, right? And my earliest memory is of me riding my 8 or 9-year-old me, like he said, riding a bike around the house. She's like, oh, that's a good memory. You're smiling, you're laughing. She said, zoom out of that memory. I'm like, zoom out? Like I'm flying a drone or something like that. So I thought about it. I zoomed out. In the corner of my memory is the adult version of myself. Like literally the adult version of myself. As you see me right now, 6'3", 240 pounds, standing in the corner of my old memory. I said, look, I see me. I'm in my memory. She's like, who, you? I'm like, yes, the adult version of me is watching young me riding a bike around the house. The adult version of me is like mad and just quiet. She's like, okay, get off the bike and walk over to the adult version of yourself. So I did that. I got off the bike in my memory, changing my memory up, walk over to the adult version of me. The closer the young version of me, the closer my inner child got to the adult version of me, the angrier that I got in real life. I literally started having a visceral response to it happening. She saw me getting chill bumps. She saw me start to sweat. She's like, you okay? I was like, no, I'm just getting angry right now. The adult version of me was standing in front of a door and would not let the younger version of me past it. So look, 8, 9-year-old me, frail as hell against the bigger version of me. There's nothing I could do. My inner child felt weak. It felt helpless, like I did when I was younger. And like I said, the adult version of me is standing in front of a door. And my therapist said behind that door is probably the trauma that your inner child is being protected from. Probably all the fears and things like that, all the memories. 'Cause I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood. All the memories are behind that door. But your inner child cannot get there. Your inner child is not strong enough to get past that door. The adult version of you that's standing inside of your memory right now is just a manifestation that you've created of you. That's the narcissistic part of you, the big angry version of you. Inner child is like a little happy, scared, whatever. The adult version of me is none of that. The adult version of me is super insecure, but it's super ragey and can defend himself. And the adult version of me feels like it's protecting my inner child.